All right, let's do a market example now to illustrate this whole storyline idea, okay? The goal here is to look at the price action, understand and build your market perception, understand what the different players are doing, what the institutions are thinking, what are the intentions, and basically use that to create opportunities, find good trades, and also to eliminate the bad trades, okay? So let's say over here, I'm looking at this area for a short. Okay, let's say I have an idea that I want to short right around here at basically 32,550, let's say 600, okay, even 600. So 32,600 on Dow Jones, US 30. I want to make a short this at this area. We have this large resistance here. We have this basically 50 MA on the daily coming down. It's a very good technical area for this example, okay? So let's see how price action evolves. So we get near the area right here, okay? And basically we break it, okay? So right over here, first reaction, we are on 4 hour right now. So first reaction is, okay, we have broken the level. The trade is invalid. I'm not looking for a short anymore, okay? We are now above it. We are at 32,800. And if we continue to unfold the price action, price keeps going up. We have a bit of hesitation here. And then we come back to retest that MA, a bit of consolidation. Let's move the price. So we basically make some sort of pullback, retest, break hook, go of this area here. And market is looking to push a bit higher, okay? And now let's evolve the price. And now price action came back under it, okay? So basically here, if I take my brush tool, we have broken this level, made a double top, consolidated, okay, in this area, made a wick probably on a news event, and came back below. We're currently on this 50 MA on the 4 hours supporting the level, okay? And basically this looks just like the abstract example I made in the previous on the previous video. Looks like we have broken this level, consolidated in this box, but at the end of the day came back here below, okay, below this 50 daily MA. So is this a possible stop hunt? Might be. Hunt, let's see if we can spell it right. Hunt. Is this some sort of manipulation, market manipulation to gain some liquidity? Maybe, okay? So this is the current price action and this is the storyline I'm starting to build. Do I know for sure that it's a stop hunt? No, I'm not sure. Do I know for sure it's a liquidity fishing hunt? I'm not sure again. But what I can say is I can now start to put conditions for the trade to be validated. So if I wanted to short initially at this level, 32,600, we have broken higher. I've not made a single trade, but now we've came back lower. My condition for the trade to be valid again would be for the market to come back at this area, 32,600 again, around here, bounce, and then make a lower low, and then we would have space to go down, okay? That would be my condition, and that would be my criteria to the market, basically, for it to show, for the market players to show their true intention, okay? If we break higher, then it's a different story. Then it means we are probably going to go higher, and the intention are to go higher, okay? That's the current storyline. So slowly but surely, I'm building my storyline, my conditions, and those are going to be useful when I'm going to make my trade in the future, okay? So let's see what's going on. Okay, we push even lower. So I say, okay, that's good. Push even lower. We even made a lower low. So my last low was around here. We made a lower low. Okay, so potentially if we come back here, this is still my area of interest. This could be a good trade. After all, this trade might work, okay? So let's wait and see. So we have a bit of consolidation, okay? And then here, market comes back here. react to this level. Okay, so right now we're in the 4-hour charts, but we would go on the 1 hour would go in 30 minutes and 15 minutes, and we would see a nice reaction at this level, 32,600 area around there. So great reaction here, great continuation afterwards. We're talking about, you know, a movement of 600 points, which is amazing, which is great. So at the end of the day, this trade, if you closed it here, would have worked out. Okay. If we continue to move and see how the price action evolves, we see that right after, okay, we do not make a lower low. So there's multiple elements to this example. Okay. So even if you entered here and market had a nice reaction, 600 points, that's a lot, you see that it did not break this low. We did not make a lower low. So the last low was here, the small low, it's on the 1 hour chart, and then we had the bigger low on the 4 hour. So it did not even break the 1 hour low, and it sure did not break the 4 hour low. Okay, so you could have entered here, which was your main idea after this period of consolidation manipulation. The trade would have worked out. But if you see that the market has not, broken the low, then that means there's something fishy, something is going on, there's a bigger narrative going on. And basically, if the market really wanted to go lower, we would have broken this level for sure, and broken that level eventually, maybe consolidate a little bit, maybe a small retracement, and then going back down. Okay, but the fact that we did not break this support, this low here, indicates that we still have some bullish momentum. We have still an intention of going higher. Okay, so the short here was good. You had a good reaction. You had enough pips points to get out of the trade, make a nice decent profit. But if you were looking for a bigger swing, if you were looking to go for more points, to go lower, then you would see this reaction here. We did not make a lower low. Something is wrong. Something is fishy. The storyline of the price action, basically, the institutions, the big boys, don't want the price to go lower. So now the obstacle on the upside would be this level, same level as before, 32,500, 32,600. Okay, so let's see what happens. We have a reaction, price comes back, and just by looking at this candle, you see that the intention is to go higher. The intention is to push higher. We have a full candle, and we are well above our 50 daily EMA right over here. Okay, so let's continue to unfold the price, and then you see we are back almost at the resistance here. Okay, and we have broken higher than the EMA. So now I've had my reaction here. I came back below, okay, to this area. I did not break the level. I did not make a lower low. I did not break this support. This tells me there's a certain intention. The market perception at this moment is bullish. Okay, I'm not gonna close my eyes and pray that the market pulls back here or bounces here and comes back. No, that doesn't work like that. You can't just hope that your trade is going to continue below because we had a good initial reaction. You have to look at the price action and continue to evolve and basically update your storyline, your market perception, your narrative. Here the narrative is, oh, the big boys, the institutions did not want to break this low. We're not going to go lower. We have to go higher. Then what sealed the deal was this candle right over here. Okay, this on this zone here. As soon as we came back above the 50 EMA, for me, I know we're going higher. Okay, and basically now I'm looking for a bullish trade. Okay, so if we consolidate a little, if we evolve the price a bit more, we consolidate, we go up. Okay, market makes a higher high, which is great. Comes back. So market comes back, and now I know that the storyline is to be bullish, to go higher. Remember, initially I wanted to short here. I ended up making a short here, okay, until there. Maybe I closed it off here, whatever the case may be. But now I know that the intentions are to go higher, okay? So if I want to go higher, now I want to use this level, okay, as my support area to enter my trade, to enter my long. Okay, so it's the same area as my first idea, the same area as my short, which was an instant reaction but no continuation. And now price is coming back, and if we come back to 600, 500, something in this zone, I'd like to enter a buy. So we come back here, okay, and what happens? A bit of hesitation, but we do not make a lower low. Our last small low is this one, okay, and we are right in this zone, okay. Bit of consolidation again, and then boom, big reaction, money is being pumped in, and we make a even bigger, higher high, okay. And then if we unfold the price, can we zoom out? Basically see that we're going to keep rising and so on and so forth, okay. So basically this trade here, right here, was it my initial idea? No, my initial idea was to short here, okay, but we did break through. When we come back, we made a pullback, okay. This was maybe just a large manipulation. I understood that, so I made a tentative of a trade here. It worked out. At the end of this transaction, I saw that we did not make a lower low. We had a rejection on this level, okay. If the market wanted to go lower, if you understand market psychology and you have experience on the market, you know that if the intentions are clear, the lows would have been broken. Maybe we would have had a retracement afterwards, and basically we would have went lower after, okay. But we did not break this low. When we came back up, we broke the MA, okay. When we broke the MA, it's another element of the storyline that is added. So I'm just building the story step by step by step, okay. This happened over the span of 10 days, okay, so about a week and a half. So as soon as we broke the MA, now my bias has changed. I'm looking for a buy. I'm bullish. I'm not going to be stubborn and just keep looking for a short and try to make a short at this area here, okay, because there's a big support here at 32,950, okay, or we could even say 3,300, okay, round number, psychological number. I'm not going to be stubborn and just try to force the short. No, I'm going to read the price action. I'm going to create the storyline. I'm going to understand what the big boys want to do with the price. I'm just going to follow the movement, follow basically the direction and the intentions, okay. So now I just waited for my best technical price. So we came back here, which was the same area as my short and the same as the area as my initial idea. And then boom, great market reaction on this level, higher high, and we continue to go higher, and where you wanted to exit, you would find your level with your fibs and everything, okay. So this is a great example of how a good storyline and how looking the price action and trying to understand the intentions can save you from basically, let's say, being stubborn and trying to short because you have a shorting idea. And also, if you entered here, we had a reaction here, no lower low. Let's say even if you wanted to keep the trade longer and go lower to swing it a bit further, you would see this reaction and it would force you to get out of the trade. Maybe you would not get the full 600 points, but you would get at least half, maybe 300 points, and you would get out, okay? Because something is fishy, something is wrong. We have not broken the structure. The storyline is telling me that the intentions are not to go lower, okay? And then lastly, it gives you this trade, this opportunity to enter on the long, okay? Why did you enter? Not because there was, a large support here, okay? Not because, you could have done a fib like this, it's a 50 fib. That's not the reason why you entered the trade. Those were just the technical tools you used to confirm your trade and find the best possible price, okay? But you decided to buy, US 30 Dow Jones, not because of this area of support, because of this MA being broken, this manipulation consolidation period, the fact that we came lower, came back, reacted, no lower low. We came back up, we made a higher high, we had the intention of going up. Here we made a higher high even more. Then you found your best technical basically entry point. You follow the intention and the storyline of the big boys. You understand what is the market narrative currently, and that's why you did the buy at this level, okay? That is the reason why. The technical tools were only used to find the best possible trade, to find the best area where you could have, the best risk to reward, the best, smallest stop loss, biggest take profit, so on and so forth. Okay, but the reason why you enter the trade is the all those elements that we've just, saw a couple times, saw just now when I repeated it a couple times. Those elements were the ones that convinced you, opened your eyes, made it clear for you that you should, go on a long on this trade. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about in terms of understanding the storyline, understanding what is the current market perception. You have to follow the price action, you have to follow the timing, you have to follow basically what happened in the past few days, past few weeks. You have to always question what's going on, and the price is going to tell you what's going on. Don't be stubborn. Don't try to find, a trade because there's a good technical confluence, because even if you're bullish, you're going to find good reasons, good technical confluence to short. And if you're bearish, you're going to have good technical confluence to long. Okay. So what's going to make the difference? Well, of course, you have your fundamental aspect, but even sometimes the market is going to go against the fundamental for a while. You might have a bearish fundamental idea, but the market might go up for a few weeks. And you say, okay, it's going against my fundamental idea. Something's wrong. Well, something is not wrong. It's just the market is positioning themselves to a higher price and then shorting at that higher price. Okay, so the best way to really understand what's going on is to build that narrative, to build that storyline, to have that good market perception, to always look at the opposite direction and trying to find, basically reasons to invalidate your trade. So just to go back to the short I made here, as soon as we did not break this low over here, for me the trade is invalidated, okay? Because that's the small low. That's not even the larger low that is here on the 4 hour. This is the small low. And in my opinion, in my vision, in my experience, the fact that there was a low here and we made a lower low was a trap, was a bait, was made on purpose, okay, just to make the traders try to short in this zone here, and they would all put their stop loss above, and it would create the liquidity for the big institutions to push the price higher. Okay, so that's what's going to make the big difference in your trading. And of course, it's a more abstract concept and requires a lot of time and experience in front of the chart. But that's part of the game. That's what you have to do. And the more you're gonna do it, the more you're gonna read the chart, the more you're gonna understand what's going on, the more you're gonna try things, the more you're gonna be able to recreate the perfect storyline as accurately as possible. And basically, you're gonna be able to get out of trade early. Don't get in trades if you see that the price action, the storyline is shifting, or there's something wrong, or even, like in this case, find a new trade that was unexpected. So from the sell that I wanted to make here to the buy that I made here, a whole process happened in between, and it completely changed my vision and my market perception, because I've took 4, 5, 6 elements, recreated a storyline, and understood what's going on, and I shifted from wanted to sell to finally buying and basically making an amazing trade.